Good evening. I'll call to order the March 4th, 2026 Fishers Plan Unit Development Committee meeting. We do have a quorum to conduct business this evening. Our first agenda item is case number PUD-25-12, Holiday Inn Express. It's a request to approve architectural and site plan for a 4-story hotel with associated parking and infrastructure, and we have Christy Cashin with the city to present. Thank you, Christy.
Yes, good evening. Christy Cashin with Community and Economic Development. The project before you tonight is a request to approve architecture and site plan for a 4-story, 49,000 square foot hotel with associated parking and infrastructure. The property is located at 10570 Kincaid Drive at the intersection of 106th and Kincaid. The property is located within the Delaware Park PUD, ordinance number 101121D. The site plan shown here shows the proposed building and associated parking. In 2024, the project received a variance to allow a reduction in parking from 103 spaces that were required per the PUD, through the UDO, and reduced down to 89 spaces. Here's a look at the landscape plan. The petitioner has provided the required amount of landscaping and is working with staff to create a mid-block crossing across Kincaid to provide access to the State at Fishers buildings to the east. Here's the elevation with the preliminary entrance facing Kincaid Drive and the north elevation facing 106th Street. The development contains a combination of 2 EVIS materials with different colors and textures, 2 metal panel types with different colors and textures, and brick along the base of the building. All windows along the bottom floor have awnings, as do certain sections of upper floors, as do the windows along certain sections of the upper floors. All exterior doors have awnings or recessed entryway, and all window and door frames will be black anodized aluminum. All coping, scuppers, and mechanical grills will match the adjacent exterior finishes. And here's a look at the west elevation facing I-69 and the south elevation. The signage shown in the elevations will need to be approved by staff per UDO standards and is not part of tonight's approval. Here's a rendering of the southeast corner of the building. Staff worked closely with the developer to meet the architectural requirements of the PUD and the UDO. The perspective shown here is the main entrance along Kincaid Drive. Here's a rendering showing the northwest corner that faces 106th and I-69. And here's another rendering of the west facade facing I-69. The surrounding character includes the State at Fishers retail buildings, the State at Fishers apartments to the east, and the IMI headquarters to the south. Staff recommends approval of the proposed elevations and site plan as presented, with the condition that all TAC items be addressed during the ILP process, and staff and the petitioner are available for questions.
Thanks, Christy. Any questions for staff at this time?
I don't know. Okay, I'll make a motion to approve. See, that's my point.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Paying attention.
Yes, I am. I didn't know if the petitioner wanted to.
Yeah. We can give the petitioner an
If you
opportunity.
have a question for him,
Yeah, you're not required to present, but if we have any questions for the petitioner.
I do. Sorry, thank you, Pete. On the west facade facing I-69, I really noticed it there, and then also on the eastern facade. The plane changes between the different materials. Yes, if you go to the western facade, right there. So between, especially that white portion and the change of material then over to the other gray area, it doesn't look like there's much of a change of the plane of it. Is that completely flat across?
I'm sorry, for your record, my name is Dave Coots. I'm an attorney with the firm Coots, Hickey and Wheeler. With me is Mr. Ravi Patel, who is the petitioner for the hotel. And he can best answer the questions regarding the architectural renderings that may have not necessarily caught up with the changes that have been made. I don't know for sure. But.
Yeah, so if you look at just further north, at the same area where you're looking where the white ephes is, if you look further north, you can see there is a depth there. The depth is going to be mimicked on the either side of the white ephes. So basically that's where, I think, I exactly don't know how far it's going to bump out, but that's bump out in that corner, and then for just to the south end also it's bumping out. So that whole white area is kind of like sink in.
Okay, on
the west elevation, right?
okay, because I can see, it looks like there is a change in the plane between on the south side of that building, so that corner white portion.
Yes.
But that central area to the gray right next to it, that's the area it doesn't appear to have any sort of change of depth there, but you're saying it does?
It does, yes.
Okay. Do you know how many, like, inches, a foot?
No, I don't.
Okay. That was one question I had. And then on the gabled roofing for the central areas, or the brown sections, is it possible, so on the from the north side, that corner looks like it sticks out further than the flat roof plane right there. Is it possible for both of those to stick out and be a noticeable change in separation in like the depth of the roof line? Just so it has a bit more separation to it? I don't know if I'm explaining this well.
Well, definitely, the architect can work with the team here.
Okay,
And if there's any changes that need to be done, we'll be more than happy to make the changes.
okay. I think I'll just incorporate those requested changes into my motion, but those were my only questions.
Sean, did you have any
Yeah,
questions?
I had the same question about kind of the depth. I
I
don't
think there's
know
an
specifically what the
elevation
UDO
which is-
requirement is for facade changes. Okay. Okay, so it's hard to tell on that without having a floor plan, so I think we just want to verify that those are met,
That's
the
what
12
she's
inches.
talking about.
Yeah. So if we look at, pull this up. This is from the southwest corner. This is from the northwest corner. So when you look at from the northwest corner, this is the northwest corner, you see the modulation here?
Uh-huh,
And if you look at this from the southwest corner, you
okay,
see the modulation there.
all right. And that, you think that's 12 inches is what it's required to be?
I don't know what it is,
Okay,
but there is, if you need more copies, I can.
It is 12 inches, should be 12 inches, so I can confirm that with the
Okay.
architect.
Any further questions? Now we can entertain the motion.
I will make a motion pending further discussion with staff about the gabled roof line projecting out further than the flat roof line, and then ensuring the change of modulation of those 12-inch depth change on the white portions of the facade.
Second.
We have a motion and a second by Pete. Kay, roll call, please.
Ms. Baumgartner?
Yes.
Mr. Peterson?
Yes.
Mr. Curran?
Yes.
Mr. Bender?
I will abstain.
Mr. Stevenson?
Yes, the motion does carry. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next agenda item is case number PUD-26-2, the Crossing Lofts. It's a request to approve architecture and site plan for a 4-story multifamily development, and we have Ross Hillary for the staff to present.
Good evening. For the record, Ross Hillary, Community and Economic Development for the City of Fishers. Before you is PUD 26-2, which is the Crossings Loft. This is located at 11000 Stockdale Street. It is approximately a 4-acre lot adjacent to the Fishers Event Center. This property is zoned Yard Phase 2, which was approved in 2022, again anchored by the Fishers Event Center. I will orientate you because we're going to go from due north and kind of shift the angle. Here is the site plan that we are looking at tonight. It is a request for architecture and site plan approval for a 4-story, 275-unit multifamily development with approximately 10,000 square feet of ground floor retail and restaurant space. This project is currently going through the Fishers Technical Advisory Committee process. Again, here is that site plan tonight. You can see the multifamily wraps around an internal parking garage. And existing surface parking and on-street parking is already existing. This is a view of the lofts as you enter along Stockdale Street. You'll also see the map in the corner to help orientate you as we go around this building counterclockwise twice. You'll see here that they work with staff. One of the things that we wanted to make sure as you entered in along Stockdale was a good street wall. And so one of those items was this glass corner right there that they helped incorporate. As we move further on Stockdale, this is a view from the event lawn across the street, and I'll talk a little bit later about the retail corner there. Moving along, we are now at the corner of Stockdale and Hopper. This is the west facade. You'll see here that this is also a combined trash location for the multifamily and the retail. I will also call that out later on as well. Here is the view along Form Way, looking south. And lastly, this is a view from the northwest corner along Hopper Avenue as you enter or exit the event center. This is the view from USA Parkway. This is the location and entrance. That dark black area is the entrance area for the internal parking garage, which is for the residents of this multifamily development. We're on the same side as of right now. This is the northwest elevation entrance to the internal parking garage. And as mentioned, the parking garage will serve the residents and will not be accessible for event center parking. Continuing to wrap around the building, here's a southwest elevation along Stockdale Street across from the event lawn. This will be the location of their leasing office, amenity center, and in that bottom right corner is that 10,000 square feet of retail restaurant space. Wrapping the corner, we will see here, this is the southeast elevation along Hopper Avenue. Again, this is that area of that combined trash, and I'll highlight that. Located here, these will be high-quality steel doors that will not be see-through, and that is where the trash will access for the entire development. Here's the east elevation along Hopper Avenue. And lastly, this is the view along USA Parkway north elevation, which includes a pedestrian entrance for loft residents to the interior courtyard. This is the intersection of Stockdale and Hopper Avenue, adjacent to the Fishers Event Center, and that 10,000 square feet of retail. Signage is shown in the elevation for scale that will be approved by staff per the UDO and PUD. Any retail elevation changes based on the tenants will be reviewed by staff, but shall be substantially similar to what is being presented here tonight. Overall, they have provided a breakdown of materials, but we've added that together as staff. So 31% of the elevation is masonry, 20% of that elevation is horizontal lap siding, 14% of that elevation is vertical panels, and 36% of the elevation is windows and doors. For context and surrounding character, the development is adjacent to the Fishers Event Center, a 7,500-seat event center, home to the Indy Fuel, Indy Ignite, and Fishers Freight professional sport teams, and is also adjacent to the Crossings Retail, which is a two-story retail restaurant building, 8,500 square feet and 10,000 square feet, which was approved before this committee in June of 2025. With that, staff is happy to answer any questions. The petitioner is also here. Staff recommends approval with the condition that all TAC items are addressed.
Thanks, Ross. Do we have any questions for the staff at this point?
How are you gonna limit parking? You talked about it, I heard you say it, that they couldn't go in for the event parking. I'm gonna tell you right now, my son will go steal a spot in there in an nanosecond rather than pay for parking at the event center.
Yeah,
How are we gonna stop that?
I'll let Megan mention that.
So we have a broader plan with LAS and ANF that we're talking to with each of the tenants and developers here. But I believe, and I'll let the Thompson Thrift team chime in, I believe it will be gated on the inside, so it's not a public parking garage. So just like at the Mark, at the Union, there aren't any free parking spaces on the inside of here, and it would all be access controlled.
That's a good answer. Is that correct?
Correct, yeah. For the record, my name's Josh Estridge with Thompson Thrift. And yeah, we will have a vehicular access gate in the garage.
Yep.
Thank you.
I'll make a motion to approve.
We have a motion by Pete.
I'll second.
We have a second by Megan. Okay, roll call, please.
Ms. Baumgartner,
Yes.
Mr. Peterson,
Yes.
Mr. Curran,
Yes.
Mr. Bender,
Yes.
Mr. Stevenson.
Yes, the motion does carry. Thank you. We don't have any River Place PUD committee items. Staff communications, Ross?
Yes, the staff communication is we do anticipate having an April meeting. That should be on your calendar already. That is April 1st, located right here in the theater at 5 p.m.
April Fool's Day, you're gonna have that meeting on.
We will have it on April Fools. Yep.
Don't fool us and not show up.
Oh, my
people.
gosh.
Is that all, Ross? Well, thanks, everyone. We are adjourned.